Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Garden a Little. As you can see, things are looking a little bit sad, but today is the day that I've been waiting for to harvest all of these tomatoes and start preserving them. So let's get right to it. I've been waiting for this rain to stop and it's still sprinkling, but guess what? It's not gonna stop me. The ladies are a little bit angry because they're all wet, but I have a 8x4 bed here. So let's see how much we can harvest out of just one 4x8 bed. Ideally, you want to pick out tomatoes when it's not raining, because when it's raining, they crack like this. But honestly, I couldn't wait anymore, so I'm doing with what I got here. We basically picked this bed bare. Ton more tomatoes to go. There's green ones and all kinds of stages and ripening, but most of them we already picked. And look at this basket. It is full to the brim. We also have a few tomatoes to pick over there. And we have a few bad ones that kind of rotted, especially blue bosque bumblebees. I really let them be overripe. So my bad, but the chickens are about to get a treat. I got one more blue bosque bumblebee tomato over here that I'm gonna pick through, but it has a spider on it, so I'm gonna try to not disturb it because we actually like spiders in the garden. Wow, look at this abundance. So we basically had a half of 4x8 bed and then 2 tomato plants in this miscellaneous bed, and this basket is literally overflowing. I think it's about 40 pounds, maybe 35, but it is a lot of tomatoes. So most of them I'll be processing today actually to make tomato sauce. When I make my fresh pasta sauce, tomato sauce, I love to use fresh herbs. So I'm gonna clip some thyme, basil, oregano, and then we're gonna put them in that sauce. Let's do it. Wow, this is going to be an amazing tomato salsa and pasta sauce day. I can't wait to get it inside because my shoulder is about to break. Let's do it. Okay, next thing to do is collect all these beans because they have been kind of just hanging out here. They've been forming the pods. So you technically have to wait for them to dry out. And once they're dried out, what you do is you open them up. Obviously, it's a little bit easier once they dried out. Ooh. And literally, I'm saving this to have beans, like you boil the beans and stuff. So once they dry out, they're literally just white and purple. So I can't wait to get all of these beans down and so I can store them. You basically just store them in a glass jar in a dry place. Alright, so I think we got most of the beans collected. Here we have this basket full. It's not a lot, and honestly the bean plant is actually coming to its kind of end, so I'm going to be cutting this down, getting rid of this so the peas that are at the bottom of this trellis actually can flourish. One sunflower left standing. It is time to put it down. Although the pollinators love them, most of the flowers are already pollinated, and it's causing a whole bunch of shade. Now it's not going to work because I'm planning on planting some fall crops right over here in this area, and it has so much shade that the fall crops will just not germinate. So let's cut this down. So that was easy. That's basically how the sunflowers cutting down has been going. They snap very easily at the root there, and I am gonna give this to my ladies. It is incredibly heavy, so that's good. That means it's loaded with seeds and so on and so forth. So let's give it to my ladies here. Now this is a comical part. How do I put it inside of my chicken coop? Well, you get to see today because I have a camera man that does not want to be introduced, but that's fine. But this is really helpful to record because when I maneuver the camera by myself, it doesn't capture at all what I'm going through. Ta-da! Another thing that we need to pick like yesterday are bell peppers. So I'm gonna pick them. This is also something that I put in my tomato sauce. Basically what I use my tomato sauce is pasta for the most part. I can use it as tomato soup as well. That has been proven to be delicious. So what I'm gonna be doing is coming around and picking out bell peppers. I'm gonna pick out some buena mulatas, but most of them are gonna leave because my husband actually loves these fresh and he wants them so ripe that it just sets his mouth on fire, which is more power to him. But let's collect some bell peppers. We got some massive ones, and then we have some small ones, but you know, no big deal. I'm gonna use all of them. Some of them look like this with yellow. Don't worry, it's not bug damage. It's basically sun scorching them, and you know, bell peppers like sun, but not that much, so they get scorched a little bit. Plenty of peppers for my tomato sauce. It might be actually a little too much. I don't like when the peppers overpower my tomato sauce, so I put a little bit in there, but the fact that we got so many tomatoes, I think this is just enough peppers in them. What else is gonna be happening in my garden is I'm gonna be planting some fall crops, so stick around because on next episode, that's exactly what we're gonna be doing. If you want to see my tomato recipe, how I prepare my tomato sauce, that it's just literally so delicious, shoot that in the comments, like this video, subscribe to my channel, stay up to date. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I hope you go garden a little. Bye! Since I cut down my corn here, my squash has been doing a lot better. As you can see, it filled out real nicely. I'm still harvesting some of these squash. So not bad at all. What I'm going to be doing with these is putting them in like dough pockets. I don't exactly know what they're called in American culture, but I'm going to be doing that and also freezing it. You can also store them. Once you pick them and they're hard on the outside, they can actually store away from the sunlight for like 4 to 6 months. No problem. So I'm really excited that these grew. I have another one over here. So this one's developing very nicely. Then I have more flowers forming. Still no cantaloupe, but my hopes are back with this regeneration. But anyways, see you guys later.